Hey there, welcome back. I hope everybody's doing good out there today. Today's video is going to be from a stream I did about a week ago where I reacted to the making of Nightwish's Yesterwynde album. This is the full making of. I still haven't watched all the little snippet clips they put out working up to the release of the album. I'm not sure how much of that is part of this, but this was amazing. I really enjoyed doing this. The stream was fun, and it was great finally seeing this. It's been out for a few weeks. Real quick, I remind you I do have a Patreon. Link will be down in the description. Most of my reactions go up there at least a day in advance. And if you join the Blades tier, you get a patron chat request every month. Doesn't matter what it is, how obscure or how crazy. If you love it, I want to hear it. If you want to donate a little more directly, I do have my PayPal and my Buy Me a Coffee links down in the description. And if there's a specific song or something you want me to watch, it doesn't even have... I see a lot of reactors doing comedy and stuff like that. If y'all want me to kind of dip into that, let me know. Best way to get me to do that quick is to request that with a donation. Those requests go straight to the top of my list. I get to them as quick as I can, usually within just a day or two. This was really fun. I hope you enjoy it. It's a longer video, but I go through the whole making of. So let's get to the video. The stream I'm going to be doing this morning is going to be I'm going to stream the making of Nightwish's Yesterwynde. I've been meaning to react to all the little, like 2-3 minute sections of it, and I'm not sure if this is the exact same thing or if it's like an expanded version, because I know the snippets they were putting out before the album came out was didn't have any of the new music on it, because they weren't going to release the music before the album came out. This one does have all the uses music from the album, so I'm excited for it. It's the video's about a half hour long, 45 minutes long. So now I can switch over to here. Oh, there he is. Hey, Tufo, what's up? So the chat log is on screen, on this screen, but it wasn't on my one picture screen, so that's good. So I'm gonna watch this. I'm probably gonna stop a few times, but I'll talk over it since it's not all music. I'll be able to talk over it a little bit. But I've been wanting to watch this ever since they released it, so this is going to be cool. So here we go with Nightwish, the making of Yesterwynde.
Thoughts activate in 5, 4, 3, 2,
1. Helposti aina tulee ne It's hard to light a candle, easy to curse the dark.
That's one of my favorite lines from any of their songs.
Light of the Day -kappaleessa. Ne vastoinkäymiset ja vitutukset, mitä jokaisella nyt
Not a problem, Tufo. I'm glad you're here.
Aina jyrää kokonaisuuden. Ja se on jännä juttu. Ehkä se on joku evoluution tuote, että pitää olla koko ajan pikkasen varpaillaan ja ei saa missään vaiheessa antautua täysin siihen hurmioon ja idylliseen elämiseen. Mutta kyllä se meidän laji...
Wait, hold on. What the heck just happened? What? I don't know why that started playing. Sorry about that. I think I did that on my last stream. that was, I had no idea what was going on when it happened. Sorry about that. So let's...
Päästää se olotila sisään.
I'm like, that doesn't sound like it goes with Nightwish.
Eikä se tarkoita, ettekö me pitäisi olla välittämättä asioista ja mennä hällä väliällä, mutta siis se, että me ollaan täällä. Ylipäänsä lottoarvonnassa meille osuu se pääpotti. Me ollaan synnytty tähän maailmaan. Sen lisäksi me ollaan synnytty tähän aikaan, tähän kulttuuriin. Se on kylmiä väreitä.
That'd be kind of cool.
Fiilis.
I bet him and Floor would sound amazing together.
Sellaisia ihan turhasta valittavien ihmisten läsnäolo, niin se on hyvin kuluttavaa, kun tekisi mieli halata ja kuristaa heitä yhtä aikaa, että herätkää nyt. Toki voin siihen samaistua, kun aikoinaan ei oli samanlainen, mutta jotain on tässä vuosien varrella onneksi tajunnut.
The production value of their videos is crazy. $3 billion years ago.
Our story begins over 3 billion years ago, when your ancestors, and mine too, lived somewhere on this planet. Their unbroken chain of love has made our existence possible, and it is this unbelievable sum of coincidences that provided one of the main inspirations for the album. Yesterwynde is the final part of a trilogy. Like its two predecessors, it is a journey through stories of love for our planet and every living thing on it.
But what really connects is the love for our planet with all its life in it. Not just nature, but also us humans, and the fascination for the human species and its history and its colorful history. In these albums, the love for that and the fascination for the good things that we've achieved is highlighted. And that comes in all albums, and definitely on this album too. Also highlighting facts from our history that maybe a lot of people didn't know. So there's I think that's the red thread, and that's beautifully highlighted once again also on this new album.
The way Trauma sees the world is crazy. I'll look into that.
Let us fast forward 3 billion years to the summer of 2023, when the band was rehearsing its new material in a beautiful wilderness of eastern Finland.
It's bliss, really. It's paradise here. It really is. I highly recommend people visit it. Only not while we're here. But
eventually, I'm hoping to be able to get
mietin joskus, että olisi hienoa yhdistää niin bändi ja luonnon helma kimppaa. Ja täällä se toteutuu.
At the moment, I can't really
mahtava
justify the expense.
Mahtavia ihmisten kanssa. Että niinku, ehkä ollaan vielä semmosia niinku, tietenkin Nightwishin kotikulmilla, mistä kaikki lähtee, niin täällä on se joku syvällisempi juttu välttyy sitten taas täällä.
much better.
It is. 2 syllables instead of 3.
Yeah.
That's a big difference.
Täällä leirillä niin pääsee uppoutua siihen levyn maailmaan ihan 24/7. Pääsee täyteen immersioon, koska bändissähän on kyse muustakin kuin vaan soittamisesta, biiseistä. Bändissä on kyse toisesta perheestä, niistä ihmisistä, jotka siinä ympärillä on, tekee tätä hommaa, luo jotain uutta ja hienoa. Ja se pari kuukautta, mitä me täällä nyt ollaan, niin se on aamusta iltaan tuota levyä, yhdessäoloa ja sillä tavalla yhteen hitsautumista, ja se myös heijastuu sitten siihen musaan, mitä me luodaan.
I love that also, my mouse is messing up. Just had to add one more technological issue. What I was going to say, I really like this the after the album making of, because I love hearing all the music. That's the only. I'm not a big fan. You know, I watched all the making of for Human Nature and for Endless Forms Was Beautiful. And they're interesting, but they've got all this stock music on it, not even necessarily Nightwish music. So I like that I'm watching this one that has all the actual music on it, because I love this album. This album is absolutely phenomenal. So I love hearing the music just playing underneath everything that's going on.
Tuliko noi rumpusihvilät mukaan tossa kohdassa, vai oliko se vasta myöhemmin siellä demolla?
Se lähtee just noin. Basso lähtee myöhemmin.
Myöhemmin? Okei.
Ja sitten kun soitat niitä biisejä uudestaan, niin sulla saattaa tulla, että ei, mä vedänkin tässä tällä lailla. Että tulee vähän niin kuin vahingosta. Tai sitten Tuomas sanoo, että hei, olipa hyvä juttu tuossa, muista tuo. Sitten että mitähän mä tein. Niin mä oon nyt tietenkin pistänyt tuon kännykkä, eli iPhonein tuohon vierelle ja laittanut aina rekkiä. Eli mä pystyn palaamaan niihin biiseihin, että ai, mitähän mä tein nyt sitten siinä.
His kit is so badass. I love the paint job, I love the
biisejä,
setup.
soitellaan niin läpi ja tiettyjä riffejä tai kokonaisia biisejä tai osioita, mitä tulee aha-elämyksiä puolia ja toisia, että mitä sinne voisi tehdä ja mikä on hyvä idea, mikä ehkä niin hyvä idea.
Se itämainen riffi ja sitten käydään välillä hulluttelemassa, sitten tullaan takaisin sen. Ei siihen ykköselle, vaan takapotkulle.
Joo, eikä ykköstä sinne.
Ei,
Joo.
se on vaan kitara ja orkka.
Joo.
Tärkeä.
Kyllä.
Niin emppu se melodia siinä lopussa.
I love that he throws stick tricks. He's just flipping the sticks around.
Niin kun vielä vaan.
Joo.
Behold!
Disney
Another ad?
Plus, Hulu, and Max.
This is so cool.
It's just the beginning. The ultimate.
I really enjoy the editing of the words, of the lyrics, of the poetry of the whole thing, and that in turn fires the imagination for what's to come musically as well, because everything's changing all the time. That's the wonderful thing about Nightwish, and it's in the formation of the albums, everything changes. It's just changing all the time. And as I said before, we just have to ride with it and try to cling on as it hurtles off into the future.
See, that's really cool that, Tuomas is the mastermind. He's the leader. He's the one that writes everything. But he brings in everybody's suggestions when they're starting this process.
Where magic happens.
He's not this rock hard, no, it's my way no matter what.
Musically. And I have been rehearsing with the demos, and then the demo version, the better version. It kind of, the puzzle keeps expanding, and all of a sudden things are happening that are just, magical. It's the creative energy of several people coming together that all of a sudden make Tuomas's amazing songwriting extra amazing, extra magical. The unexpected elements of ideas coming in, even during recording. Why don't we try this? Or what if? I can see almost a childish pleasure in his face when these ideas come, and he's like, oh, yes, something comes that you cannot really plan. That's magic, pure magic.
Pitäisikö sinne lisätä G vielä? Ihan häntä.
Joo. Erinomainen.
Great.
Joo.
Erinomainen vaihtoehto.
Kokeillaan.
Playing in a band is a team effort. And sometimes you'll have to step outside your comfort zone and take one for the team. In this case, to sing.
Emme edelleenkään kauheasti tykkää sitä laulamisesta. Että se
I don't think I've ever heard any of the recordings of him singing on the first
Mutta
album.
jos se tätä kokonaisuutta muita kavereita tuolla treeniksellä auttaa, niin nyt räyn sitten sinne jotakin ja toivottavasti jotain apua.
Sounds like me.
Päällimmäisen aate on se, että 20 vuotta sitten, 10 vuotta sitten mulla ei olisi ollut kasseja tehdä tota hommaa. Että ehkä tässä on sen verran kasvanut ihmisenä, että tuommoista turhanpäiväistä häpeästä on päässyt eroon. Se, että siellä on nämä bändikaverit, Tero, ehkä joku teknikko silloin tällöin käymässä, niin silti uskaltaa laulaa niitä biisejä, koska se helpottaa sitä treenaamista ja heidän ymmärrystään niistä biiseistä valtavasti. Että kiitos kun laulat, miten laulat, koska nyt he käsittää, miten tämä melodia menee, mikä on lyriikoiden rytmiikka, mitkä on instrumentaalipätkiä ja näin poispäin. Ja se auttaa myös minua vielä hiomaan niitä vokaalilinjoja, huomaamaan, mitkä sanat ei välttämättä toimi foneettisesti. Niin sekin on semmoinen uusi juttu, mitä ei ole koskaan aikaisemmin tehty, johtuen siitä ikävästä syystä, että Floori nyt ei todella päässyt tulemaan tänne kesäleirille.
She was very pregnant at this time.
Meillä oli semmoinenkin idea alun perin, että oltaisiin aivan ensin äänitetty laulut, ruvettu kasaa pohjia niiden päälle. Sekin olisi ollut hyvin mielenkiintoinen uusi lähestymistapa tähän levyyn. Mutta näistä syistä nyt joudutaan menemään enemmän perinteisin keinoin, mutta toimii näinkin. Kiitos tästä päivästä.
Joo.
Eiköhän tämä
riittää jo. Saatiin kuitenkin aika paljon aikaa jo.
Juu, valmis. 1/6 levystä on valmis.
That's 6th of the album. Wow, that's a word I couldn't pronounce.
Yeah, indeed, a different setup than we usually do, and it was really sad that I missed the rehearsals by not being able to join because of my pregnancy and heavy fatigue after too intense work. So everything now got recorded before me. Even the choirs and the orchestra, everything was done, and as soon as I was physically able to record after my pregnancy, I did, and we even did that at my home studio. So Finland came to Sweden, to the duchy living in Sweden. So my home studio here with my husband Hannes, we used that and managed to, really record everything in no time. I have to say, the female body goes through quite the process with pregnancy and delivering a baby. So I thought it was pretty exciting to record an album so soon after all of that, and feel very proud how well it went. The voice was just there, and the songs are absolutely amazing. So they just invite for good singing, but that doesn't mean it just works. I'm no machine. So it felt really, really good to feel everything come together and the voice just being there and the songs coming alive like this again.
God, that octave switch right there is crazy.
Ehkä kaikista palkitsevinta siinä äänittämisessä on se, että kun huomaa, että artisti, oli se nyt vaikka kitaristi tai laulaja, niin saa itsestään puristettua sen kaikista parhaimman suorituksen nauhalle. Ja kun kuulee, että tämä otto oli nyt aivan loistava, se oli tässä, niin siitä tulee ehkä semmoiset kovimmat kiksit itselle.
I love how she smiles when she sings, and I can hear her smile when she sings.
Mikä tämän levyn idea on, ja periaatteessa ihan niin kuin albumin nimikin sanoo, että kaipuu vähän sinne menneisyyteen, niin itselle tuli semmoinen fiilis, että olisipa hauska saada jotenkin sitä samaa alkuajan intoa tähän touhuun mukaan. Ja omasta mielestäni tuo viime kesän Röskön bändileiri niin oli erittäin onnistunut ja siellä oli jotenkin erityisen hyvä, vilpitön ja semmoinen tekemisen riemua siinä meiningissä. Ja toivon, että se niin kuin välittyy. Ainakin itsestä tuntuu siltä, että sen kuulee myös tuosta lopputuloksesta. Siinä on vähän, tuntuu siltä, kun bändi olisi kokenut semmoisen 20 vuoden nuorennusleikkauksen. Että
no niin. Takiahan tää tässä on. Mitä te taitaa?
Okei. Mitä te taitaa? Too many fuzz. Okei.
Mitä te taitaa?
Now is that shit scared or shit's cared?
Se on muuten hirveä hetki. Se hetki, kun ensimmäistä kertaa soittaa uuden levyn kappaleet muille bändiläisille, on se kaikkein jännittävin hetki. Ei levyn julkkari, ei levyn soittaminen kriitikoille, vaan se, kun ne ensimmäiset demot soittaa muille bändijäsenille. Koska tietää sen, että tämän levyn kanssa tulee olemaan naimisissa seuraavan vuoden, seuraavan kiertueen. Sitä niin toivoisi, että hyö sais niistä kappaleista samanlaisen kiksin, mitä me on saanut, että he kokis sen motivoivana, koska me tullaan olemaan niin tiukasti kiinni näissä kappaleissa seuraava lähitulevaisuus. Ja vaan se toive siitä, että voiko hyö ymmärtäisi, voiko hyö tuntisi. Ja kyllä se lähes joka kerta, no itse asiassa joka kerta on käynyt niin, että enemmän tai vähemmän ollaan hymyilty ja dikkailtu, että tästä saadaan tehtyä hyvä.
Nice. And pipes in. Excellent. With the swings.
We're going to be battling over who's going to do the high note there.
And again, guess who's going to be doing it? And the breaths come in.
That's cool that he can do that as a demo before any of the rest of the band is
It's
heard.
going to be magnificent, this.
Joo, me oltiin jenkkirunilla hotellihuoneessa porukalla. Kyllähän tietenkin demo on aina demo ja sitten jokainen tuo se oman mutta kyllähän niin siitä ei kuuli, että hyvä levy on tulossa ja hyviä kappaleita.
It sounded like a continuation of human nature to a degree, but again because of certain aspects of the way the band is now. So we sound different, but we sound pure Nightwish.
Thomas puts a lot of love and attention into the story as well, so you want to understand that, and we would talk about it. And I have very warm memories to that. I can even sometimes picture us sitting in some rooms when I listen to the demos again. That puts you back in time, and all over Europe in that sense. So that's a special memory, and for a very special situation. Because of the pandemic, it became like that. Like Thomas wrote the songs during the pandemic, and we started to get to know them while playing the Human Nature world tour afterwards, with already having those songs. So
that's cool. They already
it was
had
in
the
that
demos
sense a bit
before
confusing, because usually we finish a world tour, we take a little break, Thomas starts to write, and then we start working on the next project. But now everything was happening at the same time. So that made us end up in hotel rooms listening to those songs together, and that just is a unique situation that I will never forget, but really warmly cherish.
This is a badass song. I didn't know the story of
Sulla on pari sellaista biisiä, että miksei maailma tiedä tästä, että nyt
I think
meillä on
you
velvollisuus
guys
tuoda
in my comments will let me know
Tämä on niin hieno,
about this story of that
opettava,
song.
muistuttava tarina. Kuten esimerkiksi tulevan levyn biisi numero 7 on. Eli reaktiot noihin levyn lyriikoihin on ollut jopa vahvempi mitä aikaisemmin.
No, it's basically the opposite
But if you look at the
of
news, it
Lord of
feels
the
like everything
Flies,
is
where
really
people
going to
actually
shit.
work together.
So in that sense, I think, yes, there's absolute reason for positivity, and it's good to sometimes be reminded of the beauty of...
I mean, the story of that is amazing, but the song is killer. It is so aggressive and just, I love the tribal feel to it, but then it's also super hopeful in the music. And when you learn about that story, it's crazy.
Where we are, what we've achieved, what we still have around us. There is so much good. And I think maybe especially now in a time where information is more accessible than ever, it's good to remind ourselves of the amazing things that we have achieved as humankind and the beautiful art we have, the rich history we have, and also the way we are with nature, and that there is a vast majority of us who really wants to cherish it and who is actually kind to animals and all of that. So yes, a bit of positivity, it's always good.
Minute receipt. Those drums.
Mut onhan tää legendaarista. Ja seuraava viikko tulee olemaan ihan huikea kokemus. Ei tarvitse kuin istua sohvan pohjalle ja nauttia musasta ja ihmisten osaamisesta. Kuunnella miten nuo biisit, mitä nyt on 1,5 vuotta tuossa pyöritellyt, niin herää henki. Mun kuuluu jo nämä orkesterisovitukset aika hyvinä versioina tuolla Sibelius-softalla tehtynä, että kyllä mulla on aika selkeä kuva, mitä siltä tulee. Mutta kunhan se livenä tuossa kohta tärähtää biisien päälle, niin on se aika monen elämys.
Gorgeous, yeah. Fabulous, yeah, lovely.
Mä kuulen ne biisit omassa päässäni, miten se orkesteri ja kuoro ne vetää. Ja sitten meillä on orkesterisovittaja tällä kertaa James Sherman, joka on ollut meidän kapellimestari Once-levystä lähtien. Ja koska meidän luotto-orkesteri ja Pip Williams on nyt fyysisesti siinä kunnossa, että hän ei pystynyt lähteä mukaan tähän projektiin, niin James otti kopin siitä ja on tehnyt ihan mahtavaa duunia. Me ollaan tässä nyt viimeiset 0,5 vuotta pyöritelty noita biisejä, lähetetty sähköpostia toisillemme, soiteltu melkein päivittäin. Ja vaihdeltu ideoita ja hän on sitten kirjoittanut nuotit orkesterille.
So was that for there should be a longer break? Right, okay, so a couple of I just want to check, do we have it on another take? 21, the intonation of that chord is still not quite right,
okay.
The balance, and just the last thing, that's glorious, all that. 62, each time when we play that F natural, 62, it comes again at 78. The F natural, I can't hear if it's sharp or flat. I just know it's there's something in there that's not quite
the perfectionism
right. Yeah.
is just crazy. With musicians at this level, I'm a musician, right? You know, I've played in orchestras, I've played in rock bands and stuff. But this is a whole different
Mennään ihan
level.
biisien ehdoilla, että siellä on
I was
4
in
biisiä,
orchestras for
jotka kaipaa tätä isoa kokoonpanoa.
15
Sitten on
years,
keskikokoinen ja sitten on
but
ihan
this is something wholly different.
No bändin suurin vahvuus on aina ollut se tinkimättömyys, periksi antamattomuus ja omilla ehdoilla meneminen, niin miksi me nyt 27 vuoden jälkeen muutettaisiin tätä sapluunaa? Ehkä se meidän ajatusmaailma ja se Nightwish-maailma on semmoinen Pink Floyd light-tyyppinen lähestyminen kaikkeen. Et meillä on ne tarinat, biisit, joita me halutaan esittää ja me tehdään se täysin tinkimättä mistään, seuraamatta trendejä. Ja lopputulos on se, mitä kuullaan. Me ei niin näe mitään muuta vaihtoehtoa tehdä. Jotenkin musiikki on meille kaikille niin pyhä ja herkkä aihe, että sen suhteen ei lähdetä leikkimään.
To the end of 66, please.
Oh yes, the 45-minute drinks bill. When the musicians were leaving Abbey Road Studios, it was time to pay for the drinks from the cafeteria. Legend says it took 45 minutes to add up and print the receipt, which almost resulted in the band missing their flight home. What a classic. Cheers, mates.
Ugly noises are pretty noises too. Interesting. I'm still planning on doing a intense kind of not breakdown, but kind of my personal analysis of this album. I know it's been a while since it came out, and every time I listen to it, it's in my car. It's in my CD player in my car. Every time I get in the car, I listen to it, I'm like, and I hear something that I want to talk about. So I do still plan on doing that. And I've just got ideas that have come to me through this album that I was going to talk about. Oh yeah, the building just doesn't look like a studio at all.
Nightwish are not big on compromises, so the oral assault that you can hear in the middle of Antikythera Mechanism was not made using digital effects. The band actually created the sounds manually, using various objects.
Rumia ääniä. Tässä on saatana ruma ääni. Tavallaan tekee sen taidon. Ja sitten mä lisäsin.
I have actually seen this little bitty part of this. It popped up as a short on my feed. And I didn't realize it was from this, so I watched it when they were banging on that pot, and how the sounds they're making just individually sound terrible, but when they're put into the music, it just works.
Pikkuhiljaa niinku kerroksia sinne väliin.
Se pitäisi tulla se tick
Juuri näin.
fiilis.
Juuri näin.
Kaiken sen kaauksen yläpuolella.
Kyllä, just. Ja toinen tulee sitten täällä.
Okei.
Näin mä oon sen kaavailu, mutta sitten saa tietenkin sanoa, että jos ei...
Olemme samalla sivulla.
Hyvä.
Eri kirjassa.
Suoraan eteenpäin. Ja sitten on kuitenkin aika niin kuin laaja skaala kaikenlaista, että joutunut tosiaan, niin kuin sanottu, joutunut venymään taas niin kuin rumpalina Tuomaksen hienojen sävellysten kanssa, niin kuin joutunut painimaan tiettyjen kohtien kanssa.
Sen verran maallikkona kysyn, että tarkoittaako sun kohdalta venyminen siis se, että siellä on niinku käsille tulee kiire vai?
Ei välttämättä silleen, mutta sitten siellä on niinku semmoisia asioita, mitä ei ole niinku käsillä ja jaloilla joutunut soittamaan niinku yhtäaikaisesti. Eli siellä on semmoisia asioita, että ei välttämättä ihan niin kuin normi rumpukirjasta niin kuin löydä suoraan niin kuin tämmöisiä referenssejä. Et kun biisi on biisi ja sitten kun sitä biisiä lähdetään soittamaan, niin itsellä on aina se, että kun pitää palvella sitä kappaletta, niin vaikka se tuntuu, että hei, tää on aika hankala ja mahdoton juttu. Mutta sitten kun sä rupeat kelaamaan, että no miten tää on niinku soitettavissa, että pystyykö tänne ihminen soittamaan niinku 4 raajalla. Totta kai joutuu ehkä oikoon tietyissä asioissa, mutta kuitenkin se, että pääsee edes niinku lähelle sitä, mitä haluaa. Niin siellä on taas niinku semmoisia rumpukuvioita kyllä uudella levyllä, tulevalla levyllä, että siinä on taas sitten kun lähdetään jossain vaiheessa toivottavasti myös soittaa livenä, niin sitten joutuu ehkä hetken aikaa taas istuu kämpällä itekseen ja miettii niitä, että nyt pitäisi pystyä soittamaan sitten niinku ihan pötkössä koko homma, että siinä on haastetta.
I know he was going to, or maybe he already has. He was going to do a small tour by himself, where he was going to be playing with playback of the other instruments, music from his whole past, from Winter Sun, from Nightwish, I think a couple other things, which would have been a really interesting thing to see, especially if it's in a small, contained space. Getting to see how he works. He is such an amazing drummer. It's crazy, and he's so technical too. It's so cool to watch him drum. That is a very rhythmic song, or this section of it.
But the very fast singing was definitely a surprise, where it's almost without a melody, almost like rap, but not quite. That was definitely a new, challenging thing for us as a band and for me as a singer.
Gotta learn, gotta find a place to breathe.
That's when the oxygen comes in. I don't think I ever sang as fast. So much lyrics, really important lyrics. You cannot just mumble them. They have to come out just right. And also there were a few really, really high notes. And I'm known for my high singing, but this definitely brought it again to a level. It's like, yeah, that's really on the edge of what I can do, which I love because then I get really, really properly challenged. And it's not just about high singing, like, oh, she can do the high notes. You want it to sound good. It has to come out just right, with just the right intention, still part of the story. It's, in the end of the day, always about the song and not about you as a singer or you as a drummer. You want to make this wall of sound that you as a listener will feel. And that's the huge, huge challenge with all the physical parts that we as players have. Like guys who would like to have a third arm, I would need extra lungs. And in the end of the day, it will still sound like, yeah, it sounds pretty easy to do. That's a challenge. And there are several occasions where I sing quite low. And I've always felt that something is missing from my voice if I sing low. You miss certain power. But I don't know if it's the age or the song or a combination of me maturing and the songs just asking for that kind of a sound in my voice, and where I always thought it sounds like me singing low. Now it just brings out a warmth in my voice that I don't think I brought out that much yet. So if there's anything really new, it's definitely the super fast and the lower singing. where you get to know my voice, I think, differently. The problem I had throughout my preparations was that first I had a very big belly, and then I had a belly who just was big. So singing during pregnancy and right after it is challenging because the muscles in your belly literally move and they move away from each other, so you have less control over them. And the more pregnant you get, the less space you have in your lungs. So it became harder to really practice how and where to breathe. And then after the pregnancy, well, I recorded the album when my baby was 6 weeks old. So then your big belly is gone, but the rest is not quite back to normal, which also left me with very little time to practice without the belly. And the vast majority of the time I practiced with the belly. So I think that really affected my preparation in this sense and created a bit of an insecurity, like, I don't know how well I'm prepared. I can get into the stories, I can understand what I'm doing, but to really make the songs flow, poof. But I have rehearsed a lot during the pregnancy. Again. You have to know the song so well that you don't have to think about what you're singing anymore. It has to become part of your automatic system. And just there, with having a system that's so heavily changing compared to normal, that pre-programming was the challenge. But I guess throughout my years of being an experienced singer now, I can say that I can trust on my instrument, and it just delivered better than ever maybe, which was really, really great. Maybe mentally you're being challenged extra much. I'm not sure what my body will do, so you're on an extra alert.
Yeah, I was about to say that maybe,
extra.
You know, with her body changing so much, maybe she was concentrating on it so hard that it, in fact, she was concentrating on it more than she actually needed to, which, you know, compensated for what lack there was, that just made this power and her ability just explode out. So she was like overcompensating, which actually made it even better, which is really cool.
Which this album deserves, and it just went. It just happened.
Every day's for mankind and for your care. Till the sending moments being whole in this grief new world of age. Fast death, last breath they had to kill us all. Push waste, covering London, nourishing some honors, right to pay. Pour it all aboard, the end is near. All right.
Kelva Gaddafi Kelva Gaddafi. Yeah. Kelva Gaddafi. Yeah. So much has been added since those original demos that some parts are, well, unrecognizable, you know, to what they were. The opening song on the album, Yesterwynde, has morphed into a kind of prelude, which it wasn't before. It had a completely different approach before, but now it's become something completely different to what we expected. So these are the kind of things that excite us. Also, the building of harmonies is always a surprise. Hearing the colours within the songs change by fractions or massively, you know, massive changes on tiny. There's so much variety going on in the songs. So that's always the most exciting thing. And with this album, I probably said this with the last album and the previous album before that, but it feels like this album is yet another little step into a broader picture than even we have.
Watching his face when he's listening in these, these studio shots, where you just wonder what's going on in his mind. He's just so cognizant of every single little thing that goes on with this music. His mind is just, it's incredible to just watch the physicality of his face listening to this music, and you just know what he's hearing stuff that we're not hearing. Or at least he's hearing stuff that I'm not hearing, and just going over it in his mind. It's crazy.
Biisin teemat on sellaisia asioita, missä mennään niin ytimeen. Mahtavaa kyllä, että Tuomas on lukenut näitä asioita biiseiksi ja ne välittyy kaikille. Pistää
Again, my mouse button for some reason is double clicking when I don't want to.
Well, we don't really think about goals as such in Nightwish. We're too excited by discovery, self-discovery and all the implications of that. But it's a matter of making it exciting for ourselves, making it more interesting for ourselves, trying to break new ground, not for anyone else but ourselves. All of that stuff. We don't make the music with anybody in mind. We just want to give ourselves goosebumps every now and again. Yeah, and it looks like mission accomplished on that with this.
We are because of a million loves.
There are several highlights, and different ones from each other. For instance, the song "Spider Silk" I love the chorus. It just has something in it that makes me want to sing it. I'm looking forward to that part coming. Ooh, now I can do it. Whereas the last song on the album, Lantern Light, is a very, very delicate, very personal song that I really look forward to sing, hoping I would get it right. Get the emotion and the story out just right. And
such a beautiful song.
And actually succeeding in that was a huge satisfaction.
The whole song's super delicate and beautiful, and then she does that just for like 2 beats, where she shows her power.
Yksi hyvin inspiroiva kuva, mihin me palaa aina säännöllisin väliajoin, on tämän Carl Saganin Voyager-luotaimen ottama kuva maapallosta. En nyt muista monta 100 miljoonaa kilometriä se oli. Kun näkyy tämä pale blue dot,
6 billion kilometers.
pieni sininen piste sillä kaukana, niin se on tää maapallo. Ja me ollaan kaikki siinä. Kaikki mitä me tiedetään, mitä on koskaan historiassa tapahtunut, kaikki meidän tunnemat ihmiset, ne on kaikki siellä. Ja sitä sinistä pistettä kun katsoo, niin tuntuu niin järjettömän turhalta kaikki nämä vastoinkäymiset, sodat, ihmisten murhe, mitä täällä on meneillään. Me vilpittömästi uskon, että näitä ajatuksia levittämällä, niin koska loppupeleissähän jokaisen yksilön täytyy tehdä se oma oivallus siitä omasta onnellisuudestaan, etuoikeutettuna olemisesta, kaikki tää. Ja ihminenhän myös vihaa tuputtamista yli kaiken, niin kuin minäkin vihaan. Jos me pystytään näillä esimerkkeillä tämän taiteen kautta herättää ihmisiä niitä ajatuksia, kun katsotaan sitä sinistä pistettä tai ymmärretään tämä katkeamaton ketju, niin mä oon ihan vakuuttunut, että se on yksi tapa tehdä tästä maailmasta valtavasti parempi paikka.
It's really profound to think of that, seeing that picture of the entire Earth in one little point. I'm gonna let the credit roll. Very, very cool. I hope y'all enjoyed that. It was, a lot of me sitting here looking at nothing, or not at nothing, but at just watching the screen. It's a great documentary about the making of the album. Very, very cool. I don't know. It's crazy to think of all the work that went into that album, throughout everything they were having to go through. The fact that they had the demos so early that they were listening to the demos while they were touring for Human Nature, and then all the stuff that they had to do to get it done with the fact that Flora was pregnant, so she couldn't travel. And just everything they were having to do. Very, very cool. Okay, that was me reacting to Nightwish, the making of Yesterwynde, from my Twitch stream. I'd really appreciate it if y'all would come and join me for my next stream. It's twitch.tv/crossblade13. The link will be down in the description. It's a blast, and I really enjoyed doing this. Just all the things you learn about this album, and just not just this album, but the band overall, and I'm really excited to see what comes next. I know they have they're not touring right now. A lot of the members are doing their own things here and there, and getting a little bit of creative juices out in other outlets, which is great. And hopefully they just come back stronger than ever when they decide to start doing working on the band again. But this was fun. Great video, great information. I hope y'all enjoyed it. If you did, like the video, comment, subscribe, and especially hit that notification bell if you want to get the alerts of when I'm going to be streaming. I always put up a video on YouTube several hours or a day before I stream, so to give y'all kind of time breakdown. But please join me. It's a lot of fun. So thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you next time.